So I had my fun this morning hiking along the northwest part of the island. That part of the island over there was beautiful. Now I'm heading to my campsite at Little Harbor. Now I'm going to be hiking through the buffalo reservation, so fingers crossed. I hope I see a buffalo. Come on, let's go. Now, the buffalo on Catalina Island are not native to this island. I know you're amazed to find out that American bison don't naturally live on a tiny island off the coast of Southern California. The way they got here is kind of an interesting story. Back in the 1920s, they were making a movie, a silent movie, and they were filming on Catalina Island. The movie was a Western. And the producers of the movie bought a bunch of buffalo and shipped them over here because they needed some buffalo for some of the shots. When they were done filming the movie, the producers said, well, we could pay money to put them on a barge and ship the buffalo back, or we could just leave them here. So they left them here. And they actually thrived here on the island. They bred and their population grew, and now there is a full-fledged herd of buffalo living on Santa Catalina Island. Who'da thunk it? Man, I just can't get over how beautiful this trail is. This is maybe the most beautiful trail I've hiked in my life. I mean, look at this back here. Just breathtaking. Everywhere you look. It's perfect. I think I found it. Little Harbor Campground. So this is my campsite at Little Harbor Campground. Come on, I'll give you the grand tour. So I'd asked for a place with trees for my hammock, and I have two trees, one there and one way over there. Luckily, we've got this little bungalow here where I was able to hang my hammock. Perfect place for it. And this campsite's great. So look over there. Not only do I get a fire pit, I also get a barbecue pit, and whoever was here last left me some charcoal briquettes. Also, running potable water. I don't think I've ever had it so good. And the beach is right there. And even though it's overcast, it is still beautiful out here. So happy to be here right now. It's just a little after 5 in the evening, and that's usually a little early for me, but I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, so I think I'm gonna head back to camp. Good morning, everybody. Hope you slept well. I myself slept for 12 hours last night. I think I really needed it. Woke up this morning, I'm drinking some tea now. I'm going to cook my oatmeal in a minute. One of the reasons I really love hammock camping is you don't have to get out of bed to cook breakfast. You just lean over. Now, it's still overcast right now, but I was talking to some people last night, and they were saying the clouds are supposed to burn off around noon, which should give me a full day of excellent adventures. In the meantime, I'm going to eat my breakfast, do a few camp chores, and then I'll take you through all the gear I brought on this trip. So I hiked all day yesterday with this REI Flash 50, and it worked really well. It was super comfortable, and with my new lighter load, it was really a delight to hike with this pack. I really enjoyed this pack. As far as gear was concerned, the stuff I carried in my pockets was 2 bandanas with my earbuds from my cell phone, a lighter. Since I didn't take my journal, I brought just some folded up pieces of paper to write on. And then here's some maps of the campsites I'm going to be staying at, as well as the permits that they gave me. My map, my Victorinox one-handed trekker, some sunscreen, a lucky penny that I found on the trail, some Carmex, my way too big wallet, my glasses case for my eyeglasses, and my sunglasses, of course, I wore on my face. Then in the hip belt pocket, oh no, I'm sorry, this is in the top pocket, we had some Advil and a first aid kit, some camp soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, an emergency bivvy, some flat rolled duct tape, My pack towel, the soap was inside my pack towel, and I found some squirrels a minute ago chewing through it. They chewed some holes in my pack towel cover trying to get, I assume, to the soap. And in that top compartment as well, I had some literature that they gave me for the boat, my boat ticket and some things, as well as my Gorilla Pod. Now in the belt pocket of my REI Flash 50 is my Brunton compass, a fire starter, some bug spray, which I haven't used. There's hardly been any bugs at all. It's really delightful out here. My small headlamp, and then my carabiner, which I had attached to the my hip stabilizer on my pack, had the waterproof audio adapter for my phone, and a fire starter, as well as my hat. Now in the front shovel pocket of that bag, I had some extra tent pegs in case I need to set up as a tarp, in case there's not enough trees. My steri pin, a juice orange solar charger, which I'm testing out. I've been testing it for a while. This is the first time I've had it on the trail. It's heavy, but I do really like it. I'll talk more about that later. And my trowel and my toilet paper. Then in my hands, I had a plastic water bottle, as well as this. I bought a new trekking staff. It's a Brunton staff. I really like it. The top unscrews and has a mount for my camera, so I've been also carrying my phone, which is my camera, with me on this monopod all day. Some really, I really like this piece of gear. It's lighter and longer than my last trekking staff, so really happy with that. Then inside the main compartment, we had my clothes bag. Like I said, I really reduced the weight, took most of the stuff out of there. All I had in there is a lightweight change of clothes that is doing double duty. At night when I get to camp, I take off my sweaty hiking clothes, which I wash and hang up. And then I put on a lightweight change of clothes that so I can sleep clean. After I wash my clothes, I wash myself, put on the clean clothes, sleep clean. Then when I get into town on my last day, I'll be able to put on this clean set of clothes so I don't smell like a gorilla while I'm around Avalon. Then my food bag ended up weighing a total of 8.19 pounds. So all my food in there in a lock sack, which is, they claim to be odor-proof. Animals can't smell in there. I still hang my food. Then my cook kit, which I love. My sleep system. Here's my poncho set up as the tarp over my hammock. Now, since I was trying to reduce weight, I thought really seriously about not bringing the poncho. I'm glad I did. We weren't expecting rain, but I woke up at 4 in the morning and it was sprinkling. Kept me dry inside here. It was definitely enough sprinkles to soak everything that was outside, especially the clothes I had hanging up. But I stayed nice and dry in my sleeping bag. Inside, of course, I've got my Eno hammock, my Thermarest Ridge Rest, which really surprised me how well it worked. With this new aluminized coating, I could really feel the heat reflecting back up to me. It was toasty. And then my sleeping bag, my Lamina 20 sleeping bag, old sleeping bag, I've had it for years. And my suspension system, my flies hung up using paracord, strung across, and then the hammock is strung up using 1-inch heavy polypro from Strapworks. I used a Garda hitch, and I'll show you over on this side. Used a Garda hitch here with my descending rings to hook that up. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to lighten my pack load was because I wanted to be able to hike in trail runners instead of my thick, heavy, clunky hiking boots. And they worked really, really well. Yesterday as I was hiking, instead of clomping along the trail like usual, I really felt like my feet were touching the terrain, conforming to the terrain, and pushing off the terrain. And today, I gotta tell you, I feel great. Normally after a long hike, my feet, ankles, calves, quads, and butt will all hurt. Today, I feel no pain anywhere. I feel perfect. Today was not the action-packed day I expected. But you know what? It was really nice to take a 0-mile day. Just relaxing in a campsite, meeting some cool people, now hanging out by the fire. It was a really good day. But tomorrow, the hike continues, and the quest for the buffalo continues.